so while we are talking about idiots in positions of power, let's talk about Peter Brian Hegseth. Oh, he getting his ass told left from right, just getting told from rooter to tutor in front of the damn Senate committee, that Senate hearing that he got going on. They are tearing his ass apart, honey. I've been trying to watch him every time I see them come up, because I follow Forbes and they're covering a lot of it. And when I say this man is so inept, so incompetent, so not the right fit for the job he has been selected for. Like, he definitely is underqualified for the position. When they speak of DEI hires, I automatically think Peter Brian Hegseth. Another fake ass Gemini in our midst. He was born 6/6/1980. I was confusing his age with J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance will be 41 this year. Pete Hegseth has already turned 45. I thought he was about 55. I'm going to be honest. I think that he believes that head of gray hair looks very, very distinguished or something. I think that he feels like, I don't know. I don't know what Stonehead Hegseth thinks, but I promise he looks like Herman Monster to me. He's got this square jawline, and I know in the world of caucasity that's supposed to be handsome, but when you look him straight on, he is one of the most funny looking people I've ever seen. That said, Trump is still jealous of him as well. Y'all know Pete Hegseth was a bit to do in the military. I did not take the time to go back and look up this cracker's information, because I told y'all this is the battle of the hillbillies, okay? He is, in my opinion, you don't have to agree with me. Everything I'm saying is for entertainment purposes and is allegedly only. However, I feel like he is yet another hillbilly that has gotten in office, got through the ranks of the military because of his hillbilliness, and he leveraged that into what he's doing right now. He kissed the right ass and stepped on the right toes and did everything he needed to do necessary to be sitting beside Donald Trump. And with all of his ass kissing and not paying attention and only truly being rewarded because he's a white male, he forgot to have his own fucking back. See, Pete Hegseth does not realize that he's the fall guy for the Republican Party, or one of. They knew that he was underqualified for this position, but they needed somebody to take the heat off of Trump's ineptness, okay? Pete Hegseth, being the kiss ass that he is, went in full force, just jumped motherfucking 2 feet in, both feet in, just jumped up Trump's ass and been there. Where has Trump been for him in these Senate hearings? Because every one of them, I promise, that I've watched, they have been handing him his ass. Senator after senator. Representative after representative. Like committeeman after committeeman. They have been tearing his ass apart. He cannot even answer direct questions, y'all. In fact, he really should not be a part of politics or hold any positions of power, especially over the military, because allegedly he has a background of whooping his wife's ace, okay? Yeah, he's an ace whooper, okay? He's been married 3 times. In each of his prior marriages before the third wife, the third alleged, I'm going to skip over that redacted adjective. He had a history of cheating on his wives. And one of them asked him, one of the senators, I believe it was, that was interviewing him, he asked him, if you can't be faithful to your wife, and I'm paraphrasing, he basically said, if you cannot be faithful to your spouses, and he expounded on the fact that Pete Hegseth not only cheated on his second wife with his third wife, he also had a baby by the third wife while he was still married to the second wife. So basically, the senator that was questioning him, if it was a senator, but y'all go find it, y'all find it. But he questioned him about infidelity. He was like, if you can't be faithful to your spouse, what makes us comfortable as American citizens knowing that you'll make the right decision when it comes to deploying the military, getting involved in wars that are not ours? He was really grilling him. And Pete Hegseth couldn't say shit, but he said his daughter's name. She's a child of our Lord Jesus Christ, and she's here, and we're happy she's here. He evaded every fucking question, okay? And I know I'm talking a lot about that, but I just say that to say, if you blindly believe that Pete Hegseth is qualified for his job, you really, really, really are being an ass kisser. He can't even answer questions at all. I have not heard him answer one question directly. But we'll get into that. Let's talk about him. Like I said, Trump is still jealous of this man too, okay? Whereas that he is very unattractive to me. To some, they may find him classically Caucasianly handsome. I don't know. These same people probably find James Dean handsome as well. But Trump is jealous of this man. I believe Pete Hegseth is 6 foot tall. Trump, I told y'all, is not a very tall man. He wears lifters in his fucking shoes, okay? Allegedly. Outside of those lifters, he's 5'10". Pete Hegseth is taller than him. Just about a couple inches, but he's still taller than him. He's younger than Trump. So what does Trump do? Let me mind control this pretty boy motherfucker that wants to sit at my table. Let me make him an accomplice in the crimes that I'm about to commit. Basically, make Pete Hegseth the fucking fall guy. And I promise him all these gifts and money, of course. But what Hegseth will be too stupid to realize is that he'll become in debt with us now. See, now he's a part of this organized crime unit that, I want to be clear, and this is just my opinion, and this is just a legend. Those people, those ICE people, are militants from the Middle East. This is why Trump is bombing Iran. This is why he hurried up and jumped his hoof-footed ass over into this war with Iran, and the U.S. has not a damn thing to do with it, because he's trying to hide the fact that these ICE folks are coming from over here, okay? That's why they are wrapped all up. That's why you can't see their faces. That's why they won't identify themselves, because they are part of this organized crime unit, okay? Allegedly. And Pete Hegseth had no issue being a part of this because he felt like he had a seat at the table. All of those slip-ups he was doing, releasing war plans and texting people from his own cell phone, Facebook Messenger, however the fuck his stupid ass was doing it. These are his flubs that are showing up because he's unqualified for his position. A DEI hire, if you will. But he thought he had a seat at the table. He knows what this is. Him and that motherfucker that they call Gorilla. They know all of this shit. The war czar motherfucker. Yeah. They know where all of these ICE folks is coming from. And they knew they were going to make Pete Hegseth the fall guy. Okay? All of these fucked up plans and this shit, they're going to turn it on him real soon. And they knew they would be able to. He was easily manipulated. A stupid fuck, honey. He bought what they were saying. Or he ate that shit up. Like that was true. That was nothing but the devil, as they put it, because all of them are such Christians. But this was nothing but the devil tricking him with his lies. See, as ignorant and racist as Pete Hegseth is, and as misogynistic as he is, because like I said, he used to whoop his wife's ace, okay? But they sealed that shit up, and he did not disclose this either to the congressionary in his confirmation hearing, excuse me. And they're bringing all of this up in all of these, hearings that he's having before the Senate now. But I say that to say that Christian in him, that alleged Christian in him is false. This was him giving way to Satan. Satan promised him a bunch of shit, Where's that at? Where them cards at? Satan promised him a bunch of shit in order to sit at the table with these people, okay? And I'm not saying that he wasn't this type of person, because clearly he was. He cheated on both of his wives. He's probably cheating on this third one too. A cheater never changes his ways, especially one that is narcissistic and full of himself and has never seen any consequences for his actions because he's a white man, okay? This is Pete Hegseth all in a motherfucking nutshell. But this is him getting into bed with the very devil that they claim to preach against as Christians. He knew that these people were telling lies. He knew that Donald Trump was lying about his campaign promises. He didn't care. As long as he got a seat at the table and he felt like he was an overseer and he could be freely racist and as sexist as he wanted to be. Okay? He didn't realize, though, while he was doing their dirty work, they were having meetings behind his back, and them perversions are present. I told y'all he is the fall guy, okay? If anybody gets jail time or gets any type of legal ramifications first, it is going to be Pete Hegseth, okay? They've already set him up as the fall guy. They're going to use his greed against him, okay? But they also got a little life insurance on him, not to say like to take care of his family, but life insurance for these folk that sit at these tables, okay? These folk that are in these meetings, they got some life insurance when it comes to him, just in case he decides to turn on them. They already know that Pete Hegseth is not to be trusted. See, they already got their revenge plot laid out for what they're going to do with Hegseth the moment that he breaks stride, because they know that he is. That's why he's sitting up in front of the Senate right now. See, I think that he's beginning to realize he was getting played, but not yet. He's feeling it, but he not just yet. Let me get through what I feel allegedly for entertainment purposes only their plot is. Baby, they're gonna either assassinate this man or they're going to destroy his career. You know, that military shit he got, they're going to destroy his career, okay? And the crazy shit is, the crazy thing is, Pete Hegseth knows that. Or his intuition. Let's say that God that he prays to is giving him little subtle little hits. They getting ready to fuck you over. They getting ready to destroy your military career. They're getting ready to take this as far as they need to take it, okay? At some point real soon, y'all are going to see Pete Hegseth become regretful of his actions, and he's most assuredly going to turn on them, okay? And he's going to start telling. He's going to start telling to keep his own ass out of the hot seat, but he's already there, okay? Then becomes his worry, because those regrets are surrounding his family and his partner. Not his partner, his wife, you know. His past wives, his children, you know. He knows that there's potential for them to pull some of this here shit. Okay? He knows that there's potential for them to say that this happened. Or this happened. Or make it look like an accident altogether, but that's not what that was. If that happens to him, just know that this is what this is. And Pete Hegseth knows that. Just know that this shit getting ready to blow right up in his face. And just watch the life insurance they got on his stupid ass.
Feel the sacred glow in the realm of the real. Let a power flow.